Hello friends, welcome to Premier League Museum Podcast. In this podcast, I'm going to tell you about why did we start this initiative called Premier League Museum, what we offer as well as how we are different. But before we start, I would request all of you to press the bell icon which you see down below, subscribe to our YouTube channel as well as go to our website www.premierleaguemuseum.com for more updates. Let's get started. So first of all, let me talk about myself. My name is Prashant. I'm the founder of PremierLeagueMuseum.com. It's a pretty cool coincidence that I started following Premier League right when it got started. Yes, 1992. 1992 was when it started, and that's when I first watched the Premier League match. And just to share a story, the first time when I visited United Kingdom, which was a couple of years ago, typically what would a person do? And he would visit Buckingham Palace, we would visit London Bridge, but that's not what I did. For me, it was visiting stadiums of Premier League. So I had traveled first time in UK, rented a car, and covered 14 stadiums in 12 days, or 12 stadiums in 14 days. And as you can see in my pictures, covered almost a good set of distance as well as stadiums and the cities, right from Southampton in the south to Newcastle. Now you must be wondering, fans, that why did we start this initiative? Well, we believe Premier League has got many tales. As you can see, this is something I thought was a good representation of the tales, the stories that Premier League has. And it's not just something which has happened recently, it is something which has happened right from 1992. This was the whole reason why we thought that this league needs good storytellers. This league definitely has got so much drama, so much passion, so much excitement. It is not where it is right now because of some recent events. It's an evolution which has happened right from 1992, and there needs to be storytellers around it. So that was the whole reason why we got the initiative started. You must be wondering that there is so much out there. How are we different? Well, that's where I want to introduce you to some of our guiding principles. And yes, you're right. We are not gonna do any punditry. I think there are enough out there who can talk about job that managers should be doing or the style that players should be playing. And also, this is, I think, above our pay scale. We should let the people who are paid for it do the best that they can. And if they don't, guess what happens? They get transferred and they get sacked. So why talk about it? We think Premier League has enough stories and tales to talk about, and as you can understand, this all cannot happen alone. We need you fans for it, and we have a couple of fans who have already joined us, and at this moment I want to introduce you to one of them who has been waiting patiently with us. His name is Parth. Parth, why don't you take it away?
Hola, bonjour, guten tag. I am Parth Jhaveri, one of the blog partners at Premier League Museum. If you're reading about stellar storylines of any players on this site, I can proudly say it's my creation. I started following the Premier League since the 2011 and 12 season, the famous Aguero season. How are we different from other sites on this platform? Well, we not only write about the Mohamed Salahs and the Aymeric Laporte, but we also write about players who haven't got that much spotlight, who haven't created that much buzz. Players such as Paul Robinson, players such as David James, Gary Speed. To find out more about what players I write about, please check www.premierleaguemuseum.com. Back to you, Prashant.
Thank you, Parth, for introducing to the player profiles. And yes, we provide the player profiles, we provide a daily update on the current season. We have the most exhaustive coverage on the inaugural 1992-3 season so far. And yes, we don't plan to stop just right there. We plan to cover every day of every season of Premier League, which surprisingly none of the other portals or websites have covered. In fact, even the official Premier League just has some statistics and a very short summary. Now, coming to the products, right? Why did we have a podcast? Well, this podcast is supposed to be a way for connecting with you, the fans, with getting your feedback, getting your comments. We don't want it to just be a one-way relationship. We want to have your stories heard. We want to have your tales told as well. So that's really our aim of the podcast. We will not just tell you about some of the content that we have on the website, but also we want to hear from you, the fans. We want to hear about your stories, how you got attracted with the Premier League. What difference has that made in your life? We also want to talk to some of the players, the journalists, the managers, and get their insight into some of the history of Premier League and how their association was or what they thought on retrospective about those moments. And finally, I want to say that this initiative is definitely not possible by just me or Parth or our other partners. It requires you. And when it requires you, what it means is we need your help. So please, again, subscribe to our YouTube channel as much as possible. Press on the bell icon, subscribe it, go to our Facebook page, like it, come to Twitter, follow us, and if you have any interest in writing for us, talking to us, speaking about it, please send your email to premierleaguemuseum@gmail.com. And very soon you will be hearing more from us with these podcasts. You know what? The Premier League is starting soon, June 17th. We want to wish all the players the very best. Goodbye and thank you.